Hello everybody, welcome to my new video. The video will show you about Bulldozer, Pond Construction Machinery 1.2 Bulldozer. They are the most widely used machinery for not only pond construction works but also for almost all construction sites. Approximo at all 1960. The versatility has increased so much that in the project at work from start to finish can be accomplished by a bulldozer. Different functions of a bulldozer can be listed as follows. 1. In a cold country, it can remove snow from municipal railroads, airport, and so on. 2. It can construct and maintain whole roads in an undulating terrain and basically. 3. At a construction site, bulldozer can load material like sand, stone, gravel, and so on, and transport them to the required spot. 4. It can, but to a depth of 3 m and erect fill to the same height. 5. The dozer can clear the floor of barrel and very pitch. 6. It can clear the construction site of debris. 7. It is capable of maintaining whole road. 8. It can clear the land by removing timber and stump and thereby facilitate construction of pond. 9. It can economically move earth to a whole distance of up to 100 m. 10. In hard soil, tractor pull scraper can be passed by dozer for leading purpose. 11. It can split a field. 12. It can backfill trench. 1.2.1 Classification of bulldozer. Bulldozers are classified based on the following factors. 1. By the control system. 2. By the type of carrying vehicle, and 3. By the mounting of blade. According to the control system, bulldozers are classified as A. Cable bulldozer, and B. Hydraulic bulldozer. 1.2.1.1 Cable bulldozer. Lifting and lowering of the blade are accomplished by a cable hoist. The cable hoist is powered by the tractor winch advantage 1. The blade can move up over a ragged obstruction like stone and boulder due to sliding. 2. It is simple to operate and install. 3. The control can be repaired easily. 4. There is less chance of the blade getting damaged. 1.2.1.2 Hydraulic bulldozer. A pump is used to supply working fluid to a hydraulic cylinder under pressure. The hydraulic cylinder is used to supply power to the blade due to hydraulic pressure. There is force penetration of the blade as the hydraulic pressure acts slowly. The blade operates slowly compared to a cable operated dozer. But due to better control and fine finishing, hydraulic bulldozer have gained more popularity compared to the cable operated dozer. Advantage 1. Due to the hydraulic pressure, high downward pressure can be applied on the blades to force into the ground. 2. Much better precise setting of the blade and thereby fine finishing of the assigned work is possible. According to the type of carrying vehicle, bulldozers are classified as 1. Crawler and well tractor, and 2. Special air dry tractor. 1.2.1.3 Groveler tractor mount dozer. The dozer is mounted on a groveler tractor and it has the versatility to travel over a wide range of ground. The power rating can be as high as 200 to 300 kilowatt. Advantage and disadvantage of this type dozer are enumerated as follow. 1. It can travel over rocky and rough terrain. Therefore, tourists are likely to get damaged. 2. It can also travel over the muddy surface as the area of contact is large and therefore pressure exerted on the ground is less. 3. It can deliver greater tractive ability, especially on loose and soft soil. 4. The maintenance cost of horse road can be reduced as it is capable of traveling over rough surface. 5. Due to lower pressure on the track, there is greater flotation of the equipment. 6. Versatility. In short, is increased due to track tape holding arrangement. 7. Operator fatigue is high. 8. Travel speed on the road is low. 9. When transporting to another place, hauling equipment is needed as otherwise it will make the road. 1.2.1.4 Airtime well mount dozer. The dozer is mounted on a well structure and it can travel only on a limited range of ground condition. The power rating is usually higher than the previous one and can be as high as 500 to 600 kilowatt. Advantage and disadvantage of the tape dozer are listed below. 1. When the distance to be traveled on a job is more, the output is higher than the traveler mount dozer. 2. Travel speed on a job or from one job to another is higher. 3. It can be easily transported for a job without the use of hauling equipment. 4. It can move on a material road without damaging the road. 6. Operator fatigue compared to the previous one is much less. 6. It cannot move on soft and loose soil, rocky and rough terrain can damage the well. 7. Versatility on the job is lower compared to the crawler mount dozer. According to the mounting of blades, bulldozers are classified as 1. Straight blade bulldozer, 2. Universal blade bulldozer, 3. Cushion blade bulldozer, and 4. Angling bulldozer. 1.2.1.5 Straight bulldozer as blade. The blade is positioned perpendicular to the main longitudinal axis of the dozer. The bulldozer can cut and pass the soil straight forward. This dozer fit 1.5 has high power output per unit length of the blade. The ground penetration and load characteristics are good. Therefore, this is the most widely used general purpose dozer, and this as blade is more commonly used sometimes. It is fit with a blade tail cylinder to enhance its versatility and productivity. It is also capable of pushing the loading step per is fit with a pass plate. See the photo. Figure 1.5 string blade bulldozer. Yeah. This is the construction. 1.2.1.6 Universal blade U-blade. The U-blade dozer blade is much longer than the S-blade, and it has large wing on both sides. Therefore, when light material are to be transported, it has a specific advantage as it can transport large volume of material. Due to this, it has a lower ground penetration compared to the S blade. It can be used for land reclamation, hopper, and conveyor uh, belts loading and stock peeling work, but not very suitable for digging the hard ground. 1.2.1.7 Cushion blade bulldozer C blade. The C blade is smaller than the S blade, and it can be used for pass loading operation of the scraper, as the blade is smaller than the normal blade. It can conveniently pass the scraper without damaging its rear tape, especially during turning a dozer with a long blade can damage the tires of the scraper for pass loading operation. High power of the dozer of the order of 200 to 350 kilowatt is necessary. 1.2.1.8 Angling blade bulldozer blade. The blade can be positioned at the angle of 25 degrees to either side of the tractor, or it may be straight across the tractor. It is most useful for constructing road by cutting the slope of a hillside. It can also be used for backfilling and cutting of ditch, side cutting of pioneering road, and so on. 1.2.2 Working of a bulldozer. The working of a straight blade cable operate bulldozer is shown in Fig 1.5. There are two pass arm, one in the main frame. The front and rear end of the pass arm are attached to blade 2 and hinge 3 respectively. By means of either blade is attached to the pass arm by pin and vertical brake. 4 and horizontal brake. 5. There are several holes or eye on the vertical brakes. This is used to adjust the cutting angle of the blade nearby fixing the pin set at the appropriate eye. There is a system of pulley. 7. The lower side of which is secure to the middle rear side of the blade. Lifting and lowering of the blade are accomplished by it wind up the cable, which is used to guide shield. 9. And apply tension to the pulley whose upper casing is attached to hose. 10. Sometimes in suspend repeated fig 1.6a and side extension fig 1.6b are attached with the blade. This is useful while penetrating hard soil, as the required force is reduce the thick drag behind the blade during the forward motion and during reverse motion. They penetrate into the soil and loosen it. Thus, the efficiency of the bulldozer is considerably increased. When the soil is not too hard to be loosened, the teeth can be lifted and secured in the rest position so that they do not touch the ground for excavating soil on the slope side member. Fig 1.6c are attached to the blade. The winch of the tractor on which the bulldozer mount control pneumatically to increase the versatility. Ending bulldozer mount on a universal mainframe, carrying stamper or brush cutter so that they can solve the function of the land clearing machinery. The blade is attached to the frame by means of a swivel retainer and two pass arms. Thus, it can use to move the blade into plane relative to the mainframe for small to medium size pump construction. Hydraulic bulldozer with 40 kilowatt tractor are used on a large scale. In fact, in the modern tractor, the hydraulic equipment consisting of a pump, tank, and distributor is used to operate the blade. It can be done for both wheel and crawler tractor. In recent time, for wheel tractor, bulldozers which are very powerful have been developed. They are as efficient as crawler mount dozer as far as the operation on rough terrain are concerned, but they are quite cheaper compared to the graveler Bulldozer. 1.2.3 factor influencing the output of pawn construction machinery. The factor responsible for the output of the pawn construction equipment can be easily identified, but their quantification is difficult. Approximately 8 or 90-60. The field output may sometimes be as low as 50% or even less than the theoretical output in this section, or the output modifying factor are considered one by one, and their qualitative and to some extent approximate quantitative effect on the output are described. 1.2.3.1 Swelling of soil. The original volume present at the site before excavation is known as bank volume, or sometimes bank carbon matter besium. After the soil is excavated, the volume present in the dozer bucket or in front of the dozer blade is known as loose cubic meter LCM. The excavated volume or LCM is always greater than the bank volume or BCM. This swelling after digging depends on the type of soil and its moisture content. Compared to sand, the clay swell much more as big clot formation may take place. Dry clay will swell maximum to the extent of 40%. Swell factor also depends upon the degree of compaction, root, rock, and organic matter present in the soil. The particle size of material, and so on. Before deciding precisely about the swell factor, testing of the material should be done when machinery are held on a construct basis for the volume of excavation. The rate is usually fixed on BCM basic. Therefore, the swell factor should be taken into consideration to estimate the capacity and number of holes, unit time of operation, and to calculate the amount to be paid. The LCM is converted to BCM by the relationship BCM LCM 1 plus swell factor. 1.2.3.2 Terrain formation. The work output depends upon the slope of the land or where the dozing take place. If it is done on an upslope, the output will invariable variable apply in apply be reused to take advantage of the gravitational force. Those things should be done down here, down here, down here. The gravitational force along with the inclined force can be produced a much better dosing effect. Once the soil is cut and passed down word, it keeps on rolling and thereby the dosing fork need is reduced. It in fact for all pond construction and other earth moving operation empty equipment should move up the slope and descend laden the additional output due to downhill dosing can be calculated by estimating the increase in ground speed due to the fork acting down the slope and relating this with the increased number of operating cycle per unit time based on the previous result. Output graph fig 1.7 for positive or negative slope available and can be conveniently used for this purpose. 1.2.3.3 Operating condition. Certain operating conditions which include weather and soil conditions affect the output of teaching equipment. Weather conditions include rain, wind, snow, frost and so on. In the cold region, the cold frosty condition make the ground hard and difficult to dig. Dozer mount on a well tractor cannot move properly on wet soil and therefore working efficiency reduced. The difference between ditching under a favorable condition and that of an adverse condition result in a reduced output which may be uh, uh, which may be 15 to 20% less than the theoretical output. An output efficiency factor can be used for this purpose. 1.2.3.4 Operator efficiency. An ideal operator who can fill this bucket completely, move the boom or bucket exactly according to the job requirement, cut with this dozer blade exactly up to the productive level use the gear in an ideal manner. Coordination coordination of control is good. Position is machine in relation to the whole unit properly is capable of giving the maximum output. In reality, most of the dozer drivers fall to achieve the ideal condition, and therefore the output is less than the their theoretical output. The loss can be quantified by using different drivers for the same job with the same machine. The output loss for a very bad operator can be as high as 20% or sometimes more. But 20% can be taken as the accept maximum loss in output. Therefore, an average operator who is neither an ideal operator nor the worst operator may make a loss of 10% of the ideal output. For a very competent operator, no modifying factor in the output efficiency is made. 1.2.35 Job efficiency. The operator cannot work continuously on the job. He needs breaks for discussing the job, marking the job, machine adjustment, or repair, checking attachment, positioning, waiting for whole unit operator need, and so on. Should work per hour maybe only 50 minutes, and for more time loss it may come down to 40 minutes for this delay. A job efficiency factor is introduced during the estimation of the output. The average efficiency factor may be 50 minutes per hour. 1.2.3.6 Machine matching. When a separate hauling machine is used for transport of the jagged earth, the capacity of the hauling machine should be much larger than the digging machine if the ratio of haul unit and digging machine capacity is 2:1. Maximum output can occur as the whole unit can be filled up into matching cycle. However, this cannot work practically as precise placement of just earth is difficult in such a relatively small whole unit without excessive spillage. Moreover, It may make the suspension or bodywork of the whole unit. A ratio of 3:1 to 4:1 has been found to the to be the optimum. A ratio greater than is would need a relaxed number of operating cycle to fill the whole unit, which will cause a high loading time and loss in output. 1.2.3.7 Machine condition. Poor maintenance such as uh, insufficient lubrication, uh, plastic or tool, or other in-kind problem cause reduced output in case of a complete machine breakdown. Its output is zero. However, while hearing a machine struck, poor condition of the machine are not acceptable. Therefore, no output modifying factor is included for poor machine condition. Actually, equipment with a poor condition should not be here. 1.2.3.8 Output of pound construction machinery. Usually, the manufacturer of the machinery publish data on the performance of their products. Also, the record of previous work provide very good information for the estimation of the output of machine for a given task and working condition, usually for a wide variety of machine. The performance are present in the form of table and graph. The following example demonstrate the methodology of estimation of output from the file student of a 200 kilowatt crawler tractor dozer with straight and caution blade. The performance is presented in Fig 1.7. The condition under which the study were conducted as follow. 1. 60-minute working hour. 2. First class operator. 3. The density of soil is 1,400 kilogram LCM. 4. Soil swells factor 25%. 5. Hydraulic control blade. 6. Machine cut for 12 m. Problem on output of pound construction machinery. Estimate the output in BCM of a 200 kilowatt bulldozer fit with a straight blade and ditching under the following condition. 1. The well terrain, no slope. 2. Ground moderately hard, not and homemade, with the output modification factor estimated at 900. 3. Job efficiency 50-minute working hour. 4. Average operating A greater efficiency output modifying factor may be taken as 10%. 5. Average distance material to be moved is 100 meters. Um, okay, see the detail. Pawn construction machinery, it have 1.2.2 working of a bulldozer. The working of the straight blade cable operate bulldozer is shown in Fig 1.5. There are two pass arms in the mainframe. Yeah, see the detail. Yeah. So the bulldozer is very important for construction. Yeah, especially in heavy construction. It can take heavy uh, heavy machine. Yeah, construction. Okay, today I think you know and get detail about Bulldozer, and see you in the next video. Thank you very much for your time and have a nice day. See you next video. Goodbye. Have a nice day.